Hello gentlemen, it's your old mate SceneFan61. Sorry it's been a while since my last video. So it's been a good 4 months. Sorry it's been a good 4 months since my last video, which is a good 4 months now. Which was 4 months ago now. So yeah, sorry about that, but I've now got the first update for you on my airfix 124 scale BF 109 E3. Before I do, usual business of shout outs to Model Pro 72 Lenny, Basic Modelling Rob, Aaron Newlands, Alex Modelling, Atomic Dog, 32 Brian, Keto 1 Lewis, Making Models Again Gary, Shane Highland, Making Models Again Gary, Shane Highland, Mark O'Neill, Cohen C, Nigel Wells, Warren Blanche, Waterloo 745 John, Lon 757 Pete, That's Guy Spartek, RSDV, That's Guy Spartek, RASDV, Callum Wilding, Marsh HQ, Marsh Patrol HQ, Dead Ram Tom, Mr. Z Kits, AZ Kits, Andrew Coins, Airfix Freak, James Day, James Dival 64, Crazy Kit Builder, Crazy Modeler, Child Modeler, Crazy Kit Builder, Crazy Modeler, Child Modeler, UK Scale Modeler, Charles Scale Model, Charles Modeler, Charles Scale Models, Mr. Great Models, Hobby Modeler, Mr. Great Models, Hobby Modeler, Musvivi, Engineering Darkside, Musvivi, Stephen M, Dan Ely Modelling, BDM Model Reviews, and Yoshi Bobley, and obviously a big shout out to every single one, and obviously a big shout out to every single one of the 275 subscribers that have subscribed to me, and whether that be guys that have subscribed, that have been subscribed to me for a fair few years now, and those who have recently joined my channel. So thank you very much, gentlemen. I owe you a great deal, and I'm very thankful of it. So thank you very much. Now, YouTube shout outs done. Facebook shout outs to do. Facebook shout outs to Dan, Merrin, Ellie, Mum, Dan, Merrin, Ellie, Dan, Ellie, Mum, Merrin, Dan, Ellie, Dan, Merrin, Ellie, Dan, Merrin, Ellie, Mum, Haley, Billy, Dan, Merrin, Ellie, Mum, Haley, Billy, Hey Billy, Lynn, Lenny, Mum, Dan, Marin, Ellie, Mum, Haley, Billy, Lynn, Lenny, Alex, Andrew, John, Alex, Andrew, George, John, Joe, Tom, Lisa, Lucy, Louie, Debbie, Diggs, Nan, miss you, Nico, and Charlotte. Speak to you soon, Charlotte, and thank you for speaking to me. Right, now that's all that done. Sorry I had a bit of a blank during the shout-outs. It's been a long time since I've been doing these videos, but hopefully, like I say, hopefully I'll recover my mojo. Right, so update for you. I suppose you're wondering what I've got. So, well, first part of the update for you, as you can now see, gentlemen, I've now, as you can see, gentlemen, I've now fully assembled the Daimler-Benz 6018 engine that powered the 109. The full-size engine was liquid cooled. It was fuel injected, so it was liquid cooled and fuel injected, and it was an inverted V12 aero engine. Very good engine. During the early phases of the Battle of Britain, during the Battle of Britain, it somewhat gave the 109 an advantage in that it could dive without having to worry about the engine cutting out due to the particularly with the Rolls-Royce Merlin on Spitfire and Hurricane. Of course, the Rolls-Royce Merlin had the carburettor, which if you overfill the carburettor, the engine starts coughing and giving out black smoke, which is not very good. So anyway, enough of that anyway. But anyway, as you can see, you've got the engine. The fit of the engine, of all the components being the crankshaft, being the crankshaft, the fit of all the engine components was a very good fit. No fit issues in terms of steps or gaps. No fit issues in terms of major steps, in terms of any steps or gaps. So generally speaking, good fitting, a really good decent fit on the components. So yeah, that's the engine. As you can see, I've also got the propeller attached. Painting, the bulk of the engine compartment, the bulk of the engine components was the bulk of the engine was painted in Humbrol 33 matte black acrylic. Like the majority of the block and the crankcase, the cylinder blocks and the crankcase were primed initially, were painted in matte black, and then of course they were detailed. And then of course I've done some detail painting. The spark plug leads are painted in Revell 90 silver. The spark plug leads are painted in Revell 90 silver. The cover that covers that sleeve, the protective sleeve on the protective sleeve that protects some of the wiring, some of the ignition, the spark plug leads, is painted in Humbrol enamel 31 slate grey. Although it's a green colour, it's supposed to be grey, but it's green. And then the engine bearers painted in slate grey. The top of the cylinder, the top of the engine was painted in slate grey. As you can see, I've also took the time to paint the oil cap for the oil sump. And I've also got the oil line painted. That was painted using Tamiya Acrylics Royal Blue for the oil line. And then the only other detail painting was just of the two metal plates that are behind the engine bearers, which you can't really see well. They were painted in Revell aluminium, which is Revell 99, and then the plate that holds on the plate and the rounded sleeve that holds on the starter motor was also painted in Humbrol in acrylic in Revell aluminium. And then these two bits here, which form part of the liquid cooling system, of the liquid cooling containment tank, are painted in Humbrol matte acrylic, Humbrol acrylic matte 26, which I can't remember what the actual colour is. and then obviously the acrylic, and then obviously the actual liquid cooled housing. The liquid cooling housing is actually 31 slate grey. The underside of the engine, you've got that, which is basically the oil line, the cylinder blocks, the rocker cover, the camshaft covers, and the oil line, and the oil cooler. The oil cooler was painted in Revell 99 aluminium. In Revell 99 aluminium, and then the front was painted in matte black. So yeah, gents, that's the engine. So yeah, gents, there's the engine. Take a good look. Right, take a good look, because now I've got the that's going to give you till 11:30. Right, 3, 2, 1. Changing to the cockpit. Right, as you can probably see, when I can get this held up properly and get it in the light. Right, now as you can probably see, I've also painted I've also managed to get the cockpit assembled. Assembly straightforward. The cockpit floor, which is this component, the cockpit floor then attaches to the bulkhead, the spacer, and the cockpit floor attaches to this bulkhead, and then this spacer and this bulkhead arrangement, which with the fit with that was the fit of that was spot on, no steps or gaps, so really decent fit on that. From that point of view, gentlemen, really decent fit from that point of view. Can't knock it really, to be honest. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, that's that. That's the 109. 109. That's it. And then like so yeah. Once I fitted the cockpit floor, I then fitted the seating, the seat adjustment system, which you can't see very well, but it's in there. Yeah, there it is. There's a bit of it. The seat adjustment system consisted of the bar, the steel bar, the bar that's just behind the control column, the adjustment lever, which is just behind the throttle quadrant, and the and the adjustment lever that's just behind the side console. And those three components went together, no problems whatsoever, and they went really fine. They went together really very well. They went together very well. No issues at all. No fit issues whatsoever. So yeah, that's the cockpit. That's the cockpit. That's the cockpit. The only other parts I fitted. Then after that, it was then pretty much the seat, the side console with the electrical side the side console with the electrics, the the side console with the oxygen system, with the oxygen system attached, and then it was just the throttle quadrant, the bit that the spent ammunition for the 7.92mm goes down. This component, that component there, and then of course it was the rudder pedals, the throttle quadrant, and the trim wheels, and all of which painted was really fitted well. Painting wise, the majority of it was, obviously the majority of the cockpit is Humbrol 31, but obviously you've got things like the side console, which is painted, which is black. The hose for the oxygen mask is black, and the hose for the oxygen mask is black. The trim wheels are black. The electrical panel here, the electrical panel here is black. The trim wheels are black. Some of the control, a bit of the control column is also black, is also matte black, Humbrol 33 matte black. And then of course I've also detail painted in the oil cooler, the oil cooler flap control, which is also matte black. The only other colours I used were was Humbrol 26 for the bottom of the control column, and the Humbrol matte white for the inside of the throttle quadrant, the inside of the main throttle quadrant. Tamiya's flat red for the radiator flap control lever, and obviously for the actual levers I paint, and for the actual cable, and for the actual rods attaching to the throttle quadrant and the lever, I painted them in Humbrol in Revel silver. Same for the valve, control valve parts of the oxygen control system, and obviously the rudder pedals are Humbrol 27 slate grey, Humbrol 27 grey as well, Humbrol 27 grey as well. So that's the cockpit, chaps. Take a good look. Right. I'm going to put the cockpit down for a moment, because obviously I've got to show you. I'm going to put the cockpit down for a moment, because I'm going to show you the pilot. So put you down in a minute. I'll put you down for a minute. I'm going to put the cockpit down for a minute. Alright, chaps. Right, so as you can now see, I've also, please focus, you swine. I've also painted and assembled the pilot. The fit of the pilot. The fit of the pilot was a decent fit. Was a really decent fit. No steps. Was a really decent. The fit of the pilot. The fit of the pilot was a really decent fit. No steps or gaps. No major steps or gaps. So yeah, that's. So yeah, a really step. The pilot went together really well. Painting, as you can see, painting I'll go through now. The boots were Humbrol. The boots were Humbrol 11. Were Humbrol acrylic 85 satin black. The leather shin pads are Humbrol 98 chocolate brown. Humbrol 98 chocolate brown. The straps around the leather shin pads are a mixture. The straps around the leather shin pads are Humbrol 33 matte black. Humbrol 33 matte black. The straps around the shin pads are Humbrol 33 matte black, and then the buckles are Humbrol 11 silver. The trousers are Humbrol 96 RF blue. I must admit that's probably a colour. I thought initially that was an incorrect call out, but I've had a look on the pictures, and quite often the uniform of Luftwaffe pilots during that time, during the some of the higher ranking Luftwaffe pilots, certainly all the rank of the pilot that flew the 109 that I'm doing, which is Oberleutnant Joseph Pips Priller. The pilots often wore the uniform they used. The grey was the grey they used for the uniform was a sort of a bluey, sort of a dark, sort of a bluey grey. So I used RF blue to do the trousers and the arms. No, that is not an RF pilot. That is a Luftwaffe pilot. But Luftwaffe pilot uniforms were. The grey on Luftwaffe pilot uniforms was similar, was a very grey, was a greyish blue, similar to the RAF one. It was a greyish blue, and the blue was similar to RAF uniform blue. So this is actually a Luftwaffe pilot, not an RAF pilot, just so you know. So yeah, the trousers were painted RAF blue. The straps on the then the May West was painted in Humbrol 24 trainer yellow. The call out calls for Humbrol 99 lemon, but since I do not have lemon as a paint, I had to use my next best option, which was Humbrol 24, and that painted the May West. Then I painted the life straps in the straps which were the harness straps, which I done in Humbrol acrylic 103, which is cream, and that's basically going from there. The strap goes to about here. There's a strap goes all around here, just below the arm, and then of course you've got a bit of strap there, you got a bit of strap on the, and then of course you've got another bit of strap, and then of course you've got the shoulder. All the straps are painted in Humbrol 103 cream. Then the actual buckle, which attaches all straps together, is covered by the pilot's hand. That's pumrolled in Humbrol in Revell 99 aluminium. The the bit between the May West, the two May Wests, is painted in Humbrol 96. And then of course his face, and then of course his helmet is painted in chocolate brown. His helmet is painted chocolate brown. His goggles are painted in Humbrol 33 matte black, and then his face and hands are painted in Humbrol 61 flesh. And then, as you can see, I've managed to do the eyes. The eyes I done with with Humbrol 34 matte white on the Humbrol on the really small Humbrol, on the smallest size of Humbrol detail brushes, and then I pretty wet that dry, and then using the same small size Humbrol detail brush I done the eyes for the pilot. Yes, one eye is bigger than the other, but that's the best I could do. So there's the pilot, and like I say, this is the pilot. This particular one. This is Oberleutnant Joseph Pipspuller, which was one of the many, which was, of course, he was commander of 6th Staff of Geschwader 51. Of Geschwader 51 in October of 1940. So just coming to the end, so pretty much right at the, just as the Battle of Britain was coming, just as the Battle of Britain was coming to an end. So yeah, there's Joe in it. There's the pilot in his cockpit, gentlemen. There's the pilot in his cockpit, gents. So yeah, that's the pilot and cockpit. Right, 3, 2, 1. Change to the one of the last two pieces. Right, as you can now probably see, I hope you can see, otherwise I don't know how I'm going to do. As you can now probably see, gents, I've now assembled the engine firewall bulkhead. The engine firewall bulkhead, which is that component there, which is this piece here, and it attaches to the structural spacer, which the landing gear attaches to, which the landing gear attaches to, which is that component there. Fit wise, really good fit. Fit wise, really good fit. No steps or gaps on this piece. Really good fit on this piece. No issues of gappage at all. So yeah, that's a really good fit, gents. Really decent fit. Really decent fit, gents, and yeah. So that's the front, and that's the back. And this is obviously, this side is the cockpit side. That's the engines. That's the engine side. This is the cockpit side. So there, that's the cockpit, engine firewall bulkhead and cockpit bulkhead. This is the this bulkhead separates the engine from the cockpit, and also stops any fires that occur in the engine from going through to the pilot, from going through the cockpit. Or anyway, that's well, that's what was supposed to happen, but obviously not. Obviously that didn't always happen. Sometimes you did get fires beyond the cockpit beyond the bulkhead. But anyway, that's the engine firewall. That's the engine firewall, and it's the bulkhead that separates the engine compartment from the cockpit. So yeah, that's the engine firewall. Right. So 3, 2, 1. On to the last component for now, and onto the last component for now in this update, and that is this. This, as you can see, gentlemen, is the tail wheel. Is the 109's tail wheel. Assembly. Basically, assembly wise, is all I did was assemble the tail wheel. The actual, the way I assembled the tail wheel is I actually put the little insert piece that goes between the rubber, the vinyl rubber, the insert piece which acts as the rim, as the wheel rim, as the actual rim of the wheel. and then I fitted, and then of course I painted the rim in Humbrol 21 gloss, Humbrol Click 21 gloss black, and then of course I fitted and then of course I left that to dry, and then of course I fitted, and then of course the actual frame that holds the tail wheel is in two pieces. It was in two pieces. The whole structure of it was one piece, and then that piece, that side, was a separate piece. So what I did was I glued the wheel. I glued the wheel on, and then I painted, and then I glued that, and then obviously I glued the wheel, and then I glued this together. Painting, obviously the wheel, the rim was 21 matte black, was 21 gloss black. The actual arms that hold the tail wheel in place were painted in Humbrol 65 light aircraft blue. The rubber gate, the rubber suspension gaiter was painted Humbrol. Tail wheel suspension gaiter was painted Humbrol matte black, and then the actual strut and the actual rod, the actual suspension rod was painted in Humbrol 11. Was painted in Humbrol in Revell enamel 90. Like I say, all of this was painted up separate prior to assembly. And obviously I painted it, and then I repainted it to, you know, the lower half was painted up prior to assembly, and then this, sorry about that, and then that rod was painted when it was assembled, and then of course the only other part of assembly is the bulkhead, which is the bulkhead that tail wheel attaches to. The way I did that was I simply just painted up in Humbrol 31 on the sprue. I painted it up in Humbrol 31 slate grey, on the sprue, and then yeah, that's all really, gents. So yeah, that's the tail wheel. Again, really good fit. The actual fit to the tail wheel to the actual bulkhead, I didn't actually glue it because it's such a decent fit. It's such a decent fit. It's just pretty much click fit, pretty much. It clicked straight in without it clicked. It clicked straight in without how it clicked. It clicked into place. It's pushed into place because it's designed so you can actually move the tail wheel. So yeah, that's that. So that's the tail wheel. Right. 3, 2, 1. Right, gentlemen, that's all I've got for update 1. I hope you liked it. I hope I gave the cover. I hope I gave a decent explanation of what I did, and I hope I gave you a decent enough view of the sub-assemblies. In terms of, I hope I gave you in terms of the content of the content of the video. I hope the quality in terms of the picture, in terms of you being able to see what I'm showing you was all alright, and I'll speak to you guys later. So that's all really for that's all really for this update. As always, before I go, as always, paint your hands and face, glue your hands and face. Don't annoy parents. Be good for them. Have fun. Have fun. Enjoy. Have fun and enjoy my life. Stay safe. Be happy and I'll speak to you, and I'll see you on the next video. and I'll see you on the next update, on the next update video, which I don't know when it'll be, but like I say, when I do have one, obviously I'll do one, and I'll speak to you. Like I say, I'll speak to you on the first update, on the next update. All right. Right. Bye, gentlemen. Bye, gents. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching, gentlemen. See you in the next video. All right. Bye, gentlemen. Bye. Bye, gents. Bye.